What's up, Juventini? We've got a ton to discuss. What does the future hold for Federico Gatti? We've got the latest round of rumors as there is more interest in the Italian defender. When it comes to Tonali, he's being reported as more than just an idea for Juventus. We'll go through the latest details. And Lookman, Juve, acting on this interest and has made contact. We'll go through the details if we are actually planning another attack on one of Atalanta's players. And then the latest reports about how we could line up. We've got Sky Sports projected lineup for Juventus against Inter and Motta's presser. We're going to go through it all together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's February 15th. Let's rock with the news. We kick things out with Gatti. Gatti has yet another side interested in him. This time it is Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has already prepared a contract agreement for the player that is much stronger than he has with Juventus. Not only that, but it's much stronger than the extension he is about to sign. But Gatti's will remains with Juventus because it's being reported he is going to reject any and all clubs as he only wishes to remain with Juventus. He is already extended with the club to 2028 and now they're trying to extend again to 2029 to get him a salary adjustment. So even if Juventus would like to move him in the summer, this could be a move that they might have to scrap altogether because of the contract he's currently on and the fact that it appears his will is simply attached and associated with Juventus. So that's the latest on Gatti. Now we get to Tonali. Sandro Tonali, his name's been thrown around over the past month and a half or so, and now you get more, and this time it's Fabiana Della Valle that comes in that says Juve has in fact set their sights on Sandro Tonali. Now we have Giuntoli apparently with this excellent relationship with Tonali's entourage, all right? But we know the circumstances. A high salary that he has there and the high fee Newcastle has spent on the player. He still stands them close to 50 million euros on the book, so it would have to be a significant purchase to even get them to see some capital, because if they're moving anybody, it has to help them with their PSR. So now, is it really more than just an idea? I don't see how this one could play out unless, again, we come up and splash for him. And all the while in the background, his agent has told us this because several weeks ago, he came out and said, I just don't believe Italian clubs could afford Sandro Tonali for what Newcastle would want for him. So again, everybody's trying to build on this Sandro Tonali rumor. I just don't see it going down. And again, they want to associate rumors like a potential swap and utilizing Douglas Luiz. But again, I just don't see it going down. What do you think? Is there a shot? Hit me in the comments. I'd love Tonali, just don't see it. Now, we get to Atalanta. Juventus again maybe lining up a dealing in the summer, and this time it's for Lookman. The latest reports suggest that Juve has in fact contacted Lookman, probably doing what they've done all along, trying to see if there is an agreement that can be found between the player and Juventus first and foremost before even attacking the club and trying to get a move done. So it is said that his price tag, regardless of him going into a final contract year with Atalanta, would still remain at 50 million euros. So are these guys going to still stand strong, staring down the barrel if potentially Lookman's will is to join another club? Would Atalanta still stand firm and deal as aggressively as they have in the past? We wait and see. But where do you stand? We've said all along, dealing with Atalanta again, but again, the kicker, that final contract year. Would Atalanta give in a bit if they were staring down the barrel of losing him for nothing the following season? Hey, Let's wait and see, but things could get interesting with Lookman and Juventus. Now, we get to the big game tomorrow. You know we're live 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, getting you hyped up for the game. Well, this is what's reported from Sky Sport as far as your lineup and what you are going to get. Imbangula apparently could be starting on the left ahead of Yildiz, putting Yildiz on the bench as Conceição is listed to start at right wing. For McKennie, he is looking at playing at the 10 again. For Thuram and Cope Miners, they are expected to be your pivots. That means Locatelli will be benched for this game if this lineup is in fact true. And Cambiaso, he should be back on that squad list, and that should see him start immediately. But there are still some rumblings about Lloyd Kelly getting the start. So this is what your projected lineup, based on everything we are hearing from Sky Sports, could look like. How do you feel about that lineup? Hit me in the comments. And as far as Motta goes, he doesn't let anything out in the presser. He simply had this to say, all right, that the team is doing well. Obviously, winning brings more stimulus and more energy to the group, which they have found. Spoke about the team dinner that they had, and he said, we spend a lot of time together as a team. He says this was meant to celebrate each other and just enjoy the privilege of living the life as a footballer. He says Vega is crucial. The way he plays and helps us keep midfielders high because of his ball movement. He says he could play the short passing game and the long passing game. So he lists Vega as crucial for this group, and he says we must exploit his qualities. When it comes to tomorrow's game, he says it is vital. We must defend well, and we must manage transitions effectively. We must start this game with full intensity. It is going to be an intense matchup. We know what's happened in Champions League 2 with Spain overtaking Italy in coefficients for that second spot to get the 5th place in Champions League. So every single match is critical. How do you feel going into this game? And don't forget to join us live as we get hyped up for tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to let it all out. And yes, I'm bringing you a watch along. But until then, like this video, subscribe to our channel, join our AJC army. But let's mix it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about everything you just heard. Until tomorrow, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.